Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my April 2021 favorites for you guys. There were two big things that happened for me in April that I'm so thankful to God for. One of them is my 26th wedding anniversary to my husband, who is, in my opinion, the best husband on the planet. He's just a great husband and father, and so I'm so thankful to God for him. And another big thing that happened for me this month is I reached my 27 years with my place of work. So I have been with them for 27 years. I truly love what I do. So yeah, it's been a long time. I can't believe that I got to 27 years, which is another thing that I'm thankful to God for. So I wanted to mention those really important things that have happened for me this month, but I'm sad to see April go because May's coming, and in Texas, it starts to get hot. Surprisingly though, we've had some really cool weather here the last few days, which is kind of weird for April. Like today was the high of, I think, 69, if I'm not mistaken, which that's very rare. In April, it usually is in like the 70s, even close to the 80s. So anyway, enough rambling. Let's go ahead and get started with my favorites. The first thing is this Inkey List Oat Cleansing Balm. I purchased this at Sephora. If you guys have been watching my channel, you guys know that I love Inkey List. Inkey List is a really affordable skincare brand. They have a lot of really good products in their line. If you're getting into skincare and you want something that's super affordable but that works, I would definitely check Inkey List out. But yeah, I bought this Oat Cleansing Balm and it helps remove makeup and cleanse sensitive skin. Now, I don't normally have sensitive skin, but here lately I upped my tretinoin cream to 0.5%. So because I upped it, I do have a little bit more sensitivity when it comes to my skin than I did before. So I wanted to try this, and guys, I love it. Basically what you do is you kind of dampen your face, and I usually do this in the shower. You dampen your face and then you put some of this cream onto your hands. You blend it on your hands and then you put it on your face, and it literally melts the makeup off and leaves the skin so soft. So if you do have sensitive skin, this is a great product to take off your makeup and cleanse your skin. The next thing I want to mention is this Coola Refreshing Water Cream. Now, I purchased this water cream during the Sephora sale, and I have been using it ever since I purchased it. It doesn't leave a white cast, so you don't have any white residue left behind. My Neutrogena one, that leaves some white residue behind. I really have to blend that in. But with this one, you don't have to really rub it in. You just put it on your face just like a moisturizer. The reason why I purchased this is because it did have protection against blue light technology, which I was looking for something that was a little bit higher SPF, that had that blue light protection, and that also had protection against UVA and UVB rays. But so far, guys, this is so good on the skin, and it just makes the skin feel really nice and nourished. It sinks into the skin, it's easy to use, it doesn't leave a residue, and I have been absolutely loving it. So a hair product I've been loving is by WOW. It's the Dream Cocktail, which is coconut infused. This is what it looks like. This is actually for very dry hair, and it says here too, dry straw-like hair. So basically I bought this because I do have extensions, and my extensions can get dry. Even though I put a nourishing oil on them, they can still get very dry. So I wanted something that I can put on my hair that when I blow dry it, it won't look as dry, and when it styles, it looks very shiny. So I purchased this, and it does just that. It makes my hair very soft, very shiny, easy to comb through, and it doesn't feel drying at all. So I would say it's good for extensions, it's good for your natural hair. So if you're looking for a product that does that, that makes the hair look really shiny, silky, then this is definitely the product that you want to try. So I'm not sure if you guys know, but if you have been watching my channel, you should know that I do self-tan. Yes, I'm Latina. Yes, I get tanned in the summer, but I do like to self-tan just to kind of give my skin that healthy glow. So I do end up trying a lot of self-tanners, and one of the self-tanners that I recently tried is by Bondi Sands. It's this Aero Aerated Self-Tanning Foam. This is an ultra dark. This goes on so easy, and it looks so beautiful on the skin. I don't look orange. It looks very nice and bronzy, and the scent of it is coconut. I'm all for a good coconut scented product, especially if it's a self-tanner. I don't like it when a self-tanner has that really weird, I don't know, it smells kind of muddy. It's just a weird smell that most self-tanners have, and this one doesn't. This one doesn't have that scent. What I do now with self-tanner is I usually put it on in the morning and I wear it all day long, and then in the evening I wash it off. And that's because I don't want to get in bed with that self tanner on and mess up my sheets, and I don't want to carry that scent to bed with me. But this one's got such a great scent that I don't think that you would mind wearing it to bed. There's a lot of girls who use self tanner in the evening and they sleep in it, and then in the morning they wash it off. That's usually the way most people do it. So this would be a good product for them, so you don't have to go to bed with that weird self tanning smell. But this one smells really good, guys. It smells like legit coconuts, and it works. It makes the skin look so nice and glowy and bronzy. I just love it. So another thing I've been loving for my body is this Shea Moisture Coconut and Hibiscus Illuminating Hand and Body Scrub. And honestly, guys, I think I've used this like once for my body. Usually I use this before I self tan, but what I've mainly been using it for, guys, is my hands. My hands get so like super dry that sometimes lotion just doesn't do it. So what I try to do is kind of slough off the dead skin on my hands, and I do it by using this product. So you can put this product on top of your hands and use water, because you don't want to do it just like, you know, without water, because then it's too rough. And then just kind of rub your hands gently and it will slough off that dead skin, and your hands feel so soft. And not only that, this smells wonderful. So the next product I want to mention is this e.l.f. Enhancing Lash and Brow Serum. I've been using this for about 30 days. And guys, I will tell you, this stuff works. And the reason I say that is because my brows used to be so super thin. Now I filled them in today, but guys, I don't have to use as much product as I used before to fill them in because of this product. So basically what I do is during my skincare in the morning and the evening, I place this on my brows. I also put on my eyelashes. It hasn't worked as quickly for my eyelashes as it has for my brows. I feel like it's worked for my brows a lot faster and quicker than it has for the lashes. But either way, I'm going to continue to use it on my lashes just to see if my lashes do get a lot fuller. But for the brows so far, guys, this has been insanely good. And not only that, it is super cheap. So I will be buying more of these so that I can use throughout the months, but so far so good with this e.l.f. Lash and Brow. Okay, so now let's go into some makeup products. I've recently gone back to using my Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. I do still love my Huda Beauty Luminous Matte Foundation. That is my ride or die right now. I have been using it for literally every occasion. I used it for my anniversary. I use it to go out to dinner. I pretty much use that all the time. But here recently, I have been picking this up to wear like on a daily. Again, this is the Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation by Urban Decay. I have two shades here. One of the shades is 51WY. The other one is 61NN. And I do mix a little bit of the 61NN into the 51WY just to give it a little bit more neutral tone, because this one could be just a little bit yellow. I do have it on today and I absolutely love it. I honestly love it too for the summer. This is like one of my favorite foundations to wear in the heat. And I'm telling you guys, it doesn't budge. It doesn't go anywhere. It wears beautifully like all day long. Another foundation I want to mention is this L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation. This one is in Golden Honey. Guys, this is such a gorgeous serum foundation for the skin. It just looks so healthy and glowy. Now, the first time I did use it, I put a dewy foundation. I put a dewy primer underneath it. That's a bad idea. When you use this radiant foundation, you don't want to use a dewy primer. You want to use something that's a little bit more blurring or a little bit more mattifying, because otherwise it's just going to look like a hot mess. It's just going to be too glowy. So for this, I've been using my One Size Primer by Patrick Starr. I've used my Tatcha primer. I've used my NYX Marshmallow primer. So I've used several primers with this that aren't on the dewy side, and I've really been loving it with those. This is also a great product for the summer because it has the SPF 50 in it. Now, I wouldn't rely just on the foundation SPF. I would actually add an SPF underneath this foundation, but the fact that it has the SPF in it makes it so much more appealing. You know what I mean? So yeah, so this has been a great foundation, beautiful on the skin. I will say that it's not transfer proof. You will get it on your mask, but if you are somewhere where you don't have to wear a mask, this is a great foundation to put on the the skin because it looks so radiant and glowy and gorgeous on the skin. So another product I've been loving is the Bare Minerals Concealer. This is in Well Rested. This is what I use just to set right here underneath my eyes. And a little goes a long way, guys. You don't need much of this. What I like to do is put a little bit in the cap, swirl my brush in there to kind of warm it up, and then I just place it right here. It doesn't go right underneath where my concealer goes. It actually goes right here, like on top of my cheekbone, right here on this orbital bone. I think that's what they call it. It goes right here, and then it just kind of brightens up the eye. I have it on today. I think it looks really pretty on the under eye, and like I said, a little goes a long way. If you put too much of this on, it's going to look really cakey. It's going to get really dry under there, so just be careful when you use this. Another product that I've been loving for my eyes is this Milani Supercharged Brightening Under Eye Tint. I got mine in the shade 120 Peach. This is really nice under the eyes. This actually brightens up my under eyes. It hydrates them, and it also has that caffeine in there, which actually makes them look a little bit more awake. Now, the tint in this is not like super tinted. It's not going to look like a concealer. It actually just kind of gives a light glow under the eyes. It helps hydrate that under eye and preps it for concealer. So I've really been loving it under concealer, and I've been using it pretty much every day. So an eye primer that I went back to is the KVD Shake Primer. It's the High Impact Eyeshadow Primer. This is a primer where you have to actually shake it and get all of the product mixed inside the bottle. And then when you open it up, there's like this little button on the back. You actually push it, and then it drops some of the product on the back of your hand or onto a palette. It's very watery. I usually get a brush and then put it in there and then blend it on the eye. And once you blend it on the eye and it dries, it's like a perfect canvas for your eyeshadow. I actually used it today to place this eyeshadow, and my eyeshadow went on perfectly. I've had the eyeshadow on since this morning and it stayed put. So I'm really glad that I went back to this Shake Primer. I think it's like one of the best eye primers that I've been using right now, aside from my Mario primer. This is just a really unique product, and I'm really glad that I pulled it out of my collection and started using it again, because it really does help that eyeshadow adhere to the eyelid and stay there. So a powder that I have been setting my foundation with here lately is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Powder in 300. I think I've mentioned this in my favorites before, and if I haven't, I don't know why I didn't, but this is what it looks like. This just sets my foundation so well. It adds a little bit more coverage than what I have just with the foundation. So I do like that, because normally I don't use powder foundations just on their own. I use them to add a little bit more coverage to my foundation, and this does it for me. So I've really been loving this powder. It's very lightweight. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look too heavy on top of that foundation, and it's just a really good all-over powder. For highlighter, I have been using this RMS Beauty highlighter. The highlighter goes on so stinking smooth. It's so creamy. It just like melts onto the skin, where it just kind of blends in so seamlessly and beautifully. It's not super bright, so it just gives you that glow from within look. I just love this, and this product is going to last me forever. There's so much product in here. So the shade I got is called Living Glow. This is more like a goldy champagne shade, very light on the skin, and you can also use this on your body as well. So you can use it on your décolleté, on your collarbones, on your shoulders, anywhere you want to add that glow. So one of the products that I have for my eyebrows is the Huda Beauty Micro Brow Pencil. I'm not sure if that's the exact name of it, but I'm gonna put a picture right here. That eyebrow pencil is like my favorite right now. The problem with that eyebrow pencil is that I can't find it. That's really a big problem, because I love that eyebrow pencil so much. I don't know where I actually placed it. I'm looking like around right now, like if I'm gonna see it, but I don't know where it is. And it is such a good brow pencil, guys. It's so fine that you can go and put like hair-like strokes in your eyebrows and just fill in those areas where there's like sparse areas. And I just love it. It's creamy, but not too creamy. You have total control when you use it. So I don't know. I'm sad because I can't find it, but I'm just hoping that I do find it around here somewhere. But I did want to mention it because it is one of my favorites. I did try to buy it during the sale, and those things were like flying off the shelf. shelves. So I can't find it in my shade right now, but as soon as it comes back in stock, I'm definitely purchasing another one if I can't find the one that I misplaced. So a mascara that I have been loving, and I've never mentioned this before, but I use it like all the time, and it's called the Sephora Size Up Volume Extra Large Mascara. So this is what it looks like. It's a really huge, thick, tight tube, and I love the wand. The wand's like an hourglass wand. It's thin in the middle, and then it's a little bit bigger at the bottom and the top. And I love this because it grabs onto my lashes. It makes my lashes look fuller. It lengthens them, and it doesn't smear all over my face. I love that this goes on and stays on. I don't have issues with it. Now, I haven't worn it in like high heat, like in the summer or anything like that, but so far, just wearing it just like on an average day when it's not super hot outside, this has been a go-to for me. It really has. It is such a good mascara, guys. If you haven't tried it, definitely check this out because it is very affordable. It is the Sephora brand and it just works. So I do want to mention a couple of lip glosses that I have been reaching for, and they're both by Pat McGrath. One of them is the Dare to Bare. This one is the one I have over this lipstick that I put on. It's a Juvia's Place lipstick, and I put this on top just to add a little bit of glow. And this is so good, guys. I love how juicy my lips look with this lip gloss. This is one of the mini ones though. I think this came in a trio if I'm not mistaken. But the other Pat McGrath lip gloss that I love, and it's not a mini, is the Faux Real lip gloss. This is so beautiful on the lips. It has that nude undertone to it. It just looks so juicy and glossy on the lips. I've been loving both of these. I will swatch them for you. You probably won't be able to see them too well because they don't have a lot of color to them, but they're so beautiful, guys. They're so glossy. This one is the Dare to Bare, and this one is the Faux Real. Both gorgeous lip glosses. Love those. Okay, so a face palette that I've been loving is this BFF Snatched Face Palette. This is the Alondra and Elsie collection with BH Cosmetics, and I absolutely love all of these 3 shades here. Now, the highlighter was not a winner for me. It's just really too cool tone, but these shades right here are so gorgeous on the skin. I actually mix these 2 for a bronzer, and then I add this one for a blush. This is one of the prettiest blush palettes that I've ever bought from BH Cosmetics. I really do like that brand. They have really good quality blushes and eyeshadows, and they're super affordable. So really loving this face palette. I've been using it quite a bit here lately. And then another palette from this collection that I've been loving is their BFF Shadow Palette. So this is what that looks like. And these are the shades right here. Look at those gorgeous shades, guys. You can use this pretty much all spring, all summer, all fall, pretty much for any season. It is just that beautiful. And the shades in here are very creamy. They look very beautiful on the eye. I did do a look using this collection, and these 2 products are my favorite products from the collection. So I had to show these to you guys. They're just really good quality products. Another eyeshadow palette that I've been loving, and I have to show this to you guys because this is probably my favorite palette from Violet Voss. I love a lot of their palettes, and I do have a lot of them in my collection, but this has got to be my favorite. It is the I Love You Cherry Much palette. I absolutely love the packaging. I love that it has cherries all over it. It's so cute. And then these are the shades. Now these shades are so outstanding on the eyelid. They come off so pigmented and so beautiful and vibrant. I just absolutely love them. I also did a look using this palette. I will link it here so you guys can check it out. But this is, like I said, my favorite palette from Violet Voss so far. And when I use this palette, guys, I always get compliments on my eyeshadow. This one is like a standout for me. So I don't have any food to show you guys, but I do have a drink holder or drink cup that I want to show you. This is what the drink cup looks like. I do have iced coffee in here. That's why I bought this. It's by the brand Ello. Ello is actually a sustainable brand that's sold at Target. I love the shade of this, guys. I love this blue. It keeps my iced coffee very cold. This is kind of like a rubberized sleeved, but this is actually glass. So I'm glad it does have that on here because it does protect the glass from breaking. And the straw is plastic, but it's BPA free. I've been drinking my iced coffee from here. I purchased it at Target for I think $12. They were on sale, or they're on sale now. But even if you don't get it for $12, they're really not that expensive. So I've really been loving this, and I wanted to mention this in my favorites. The product that I'm on the fence with is this Tarte Ultra Creamy Concealer. Now, I have tried this concealer several times, several ways. I found a way to apply it where it doesn't crease immediately, because I was actually applying it and then just putting my setting powder directly on it right after applying it. And then I found out that if I would go ahead and apply it and I would blend it out and then let it sit for a little bit, that it would help with less creasing. It helps with less creasing initially. Then as the day goes by, I start to see like little creases in here. It not only creases a little bit, but it looks like it fades a little bit on my under eyes. And I'm not sure if it's because it's super creamy and maybe, you know, my under eyes are a little bit more on the oily side and not so dry. I don't know what it is, because initially when I put it on and I wait to set it and I set it, it looks beautiful. But then as the day progresses, it just starts to look a little worn off. So I'm on the fence about it because I do like the way it looks when I put it on, but I don't like the way it looks hours later. I'm not saying it's a bad concealer. I'm not saying it's a good concealer. I'm just saying it's a, you know, one of those concealers. You know what I mean? So anyway, I did want to mention that about this concealer, because I know a lot of people have been loving it. It just isn't performing like I want it to long term. All right, guys, so that wraps up my April favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Stay safe, and we will see you guys on the next one.